Okay, so I'm back with Monochrome Valentine. Anyway, Chapter 3, Stranger. You're closed. But the sign says, "Sorry, sir. We're just experiencing a little delay when it comes to opening." The man, who I could only assume was a clerk, stood behind the door with just a crack of him while frantically looking behind him every once in a while. If I didn't know any better, I think this was some kind of diversion, and he was robbing the store. He did seem pretty suspicious. I don't mean that he looked suspicious, I mean that he was sweating, twitching, looking around, and was holding a baseball bat behind his back. Just saying, with all those elements, he seemed like a pretty suspicious guy. Oh, well, alright then, do you know how long it's going to? All of a sudden, this out several heavy objects crashing blasted through the interior of the convenience store. Look, there it is! Grab it with the net. What was that? Nothing. It worries me how he said that with a straight face. Are you sure? Because it seems like there's something. Oh god, look at its teeth. Strange going on. It's up in the ceiling tiles. Don't let it escape out the back. In there, in the back. Oh no, it's only a bat. A bat? Yes. Suddenly, one of the cashiers came crashing out through the glass windows on the side of the store. Just a bat. The cashier was thrown out, got right back up and grabbed him off and dashed around back. Okay, I've had enough of that. Just want to ignore all of this before I get dragged into some strange monster hunting plot or something. Well, if I can't go in, can I buy some stuff from out here? I have a list. I say this as I quickly hand him the note that Selena gave me and watch him read the note while his other arm seems to swing at something behind the wall. I don't know what it was, but it sounded like it was snarling. I was definitely not going in there. Okay, I'll be right back with your items. You can sit over there in the parking lot and I'll be right with you. I then watched this man look at me as if it was the last time he expected to see me, take a deep breath, and then shut the door behind him, along with several locks being engaged, scream something in another language, and then more snarling. Considering how unusual this day has been, this convenience store tops the charts in weirdness. I don't know, I feel like if I were watching this from an outsider's perspective, I think this whole episode feels a bit weird and out of place, like having a samurai duel in the middle of period drama about upper-class nobility in the 19th century England. Still, they say that truth is often stranger than fiction. At least this will be an interesting story to tell to my descendants, if I ever have any. I'm not alone here. It's a convenience store, but the parking lot almost resembles a tailgating party. Were the items here really that special? Maybe, but I get the feeling some people were just having an impromptu party. This is a pretty weird neighborhood. Hey buddy, got a light? Huh? A light, you know, a lighter for the cigarette? Sorry, I don't smoke. He looks out the weird side of someone who's had a rough day and took the unlit cigarette out of his mouth. Probably shouldn't be smoking anyways. Disgusting habit, bad for my health, and an unnecessary expense. As he says this, he puts his cigarettes back in the pack and hooks shots of the pack to the nearest garbage bin. Nothing but net. Why do I know that phrase? You're not from around here, are you? What makes you say that? Well, that phrase he was mentioning, I don't play basketball, I only knew because I've seen movies that said it in it. Well, spend enough time around here, you tend to recognize a few people. See that guy over there? Calls himself Mace because he heard it in the movie once. Real name is Michael though. Hates it. Says it's too generic. The lady chatting out that mailman there is Gloria. She's a flirting addict. She'll flirt with anyone. Don't know how serious she gets. I don't think she even came here to buy anything. That's a weird thing to be addicted to, I guess. And that's Andrew. Everybody hates him. Nobody remembers why. You, on the other hand, never seen you before. You kind of stand out from the rest of these people. Well, yeah, I'm just a visitor. So, you live around here or something? At this, he suddenly broke out laughing as if I told him the funniest joke in the world. It took him a minute to settle down. Ha. Nah, I know someone. All of a sudden, he pauses. Well, I used to know someone who lives around here. Used to know? I'm sorry for your loss. Oh no, I didn't mean that they died, it's just that. Where he once seemed like an open book, now it seemed that his stance had shifted and becoming more closed off with this topic. We had a falling out, and of course I thought I could fix it, that I could take away all the pain, anger, and sorrow with just a handsome smile and a great speech. I'm going to guess he and Selena were together and broke up or something. Always acting and never thinking. We ended things pretty badly overseas, so the first thing I did when I got home was ask about them at work, thinking that we could still be friends and colleagues. Then I learned that they had decided to quit. Selena did quit her job, I think, or it seemed like anyway. This sounds familiar. So I ignored the advice of everyone around and rushed to her place to talk about things. He sighed. I don't really know what I expected. I went in there thinking that I could just undo everything because I'm so used to everything going my way. I mean, look at me. He gestured to his well-turned physique, impeccably sculpted face, in general, I got this demeanor. I got about as far as the corner of her street when I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Doubt. What was I even doing there? What could I possibly say or do to make things better? How do I fix this to make it go back to normal? You probably couldn't. The truth of the matter is, some things can't be taken back. So I left, had my chauffeur turn the car around and drive off without accomplishing anything. Why am I even talking about this to a complete stranger? Sorry man, you probably got better things to do than listen to me whine about my love life. Oh, I thought that was about the end of the chat. I don't say that'd be fast. Why'd you break up? Beg your pardon? The person that you're talking about, was she your girlfriend? She was someone I was fond of. We weren't exclusive, but she was the person I was spending the most time with. Right. So what went wrong? I suppose the honeymoon phase had ended. I left overseas for a job, which gave me something I hadn't experienced in a while, the feeling of freedom. I didn't realize how much the prospect of commitment felt like a change. But I'm guessing she wanted something more? And who doesn't? I had always known we were going to have that conversation eventually, but I simply chosen to ignore it. We ignored a lot of things. Our plans, our differences, our level of commitment. That's a bad thing to ignore for a relationship. Yeah, I get that. Honestly, it was only a matter of time until it all came crashing down. Yeah, basically. If you just ignore that. So, after that, you came back home and wanted to see her again? That was the plan. And it didn't happen, obviously. And now? Sound of a honking car cut him off. I turned to see a fancy limo out on the street, with the driver waving to this mysterious man. Well, there's my ride. Huh. Weird. Wait. I stepped between him and the car. I don't know why. This wasn't my problem after all. Are you really just going to walk away? What if she's alone, crying, desperately seeking someone to tell her things are going to get better? Are you really just going to leave her in that state to fend for herself? Aren't you just running away because you don't want to deal with the fallout? And that's why you ran away from home? I said something unnecessary. This isn't just about me, is it? No, sorry. I spoke out of turn. What happened to all my fire? Yeah, I don't know. Seems like maybe we have something in common. Look, I can't tell you how to handle your own love life issues. However, you might have a point. I am running away from this mess I made. Yeah, seems like you're trying to run. If this were a movie, I admit that you're right. Rush down to her place with flowers and chocolate and tell her that I was wrong about everything and I want to give us another shot. Things don't work out that perfect in real life. The thing is, that's just not how this thing is going to play out, I guess he meant. I wish I could say that I'm choosing to walk away for her own good, but the truth of the matter is, I'm not strong enough to handle it. Not yet, at least. Excuse me, sirs. I got your stuff here. Like a knife through butter, the store clerk managed to cut the tension by inserting himself between us with a cart full of shopping bags. He hands a bag of items that we asked for to each of us. Later found out that he had mysteriously gone missing, leaving behind several strange symbols. That's something to be worried about. Huh? Oh right, I forgot why I came here. Yeah, that's weird. Hey, you were looking for this too? In his hand, he holds The can? Yeah, the can. Yeah, I was just shopping for, another thing about what was Selena to me now? We've seen a past ago that I don't remember. She's been nothing but friendly to me, even though this may be the first time we've truly met. Are we friends now? I must have been standing there blankly again. Anyone ever tell you that you have the habit of spacing out? So sometimes. All the time. Well, here. Take... well, here. Take this. Without letting me reject it, he just places the can directly into my bag. Consider payment for listening to me bitch and moan about my love life. To be honest, it tastes awful, but I thought I'd try it for old time's sake. Felt like smoking. Probably a bad habit to indulge in the past. So, my guess is he was trying it because the girl he was with liked it, and we know Selena likes it, so maybe the girl he was with was Selena. Well, I mean, you can have it if you... Sorry, can't hear you. Car running. As he walked right by me with my hands eagerly outstretched with a can in hand to give it back, he minds like a loud car engine is drowning out my voice. The scene with Selena does, but then he stopped with his back turned to me. Maybe someday, maybe in another life, our paths will converge again. Then I'll be strong enough to face her again. Till then, it's better she finds someone who can give her the life I never could. And as for you, whatever problems you're dealing with, I don't know. Sorry, I'm really bad at this thing. Instead, I'll just give you some advice that they used to tell me. Sometimes it's better just to trust your instincts and see where they take you. What? If I heard him right, he never answered. He just got in the car and was driven away. Huh, this is weird. Could he be connected to... That'd be one hell of a contrived coincidence. I think he is connected to her. But stranger things have happened, though. My walk back to Selena's place felt longer than before. Wait, did I accidentally skip something? I hope not. No, I don't think I have. Whatever. Maybe it was because I was carrying something heavy on my mind? Guess lots of people are having relationship troubles. When I got back, I saw that the truck had been moved. In addition, I didn't see Selena anywhere. Guess she must have gone inside, waiting to watch that series. I stepped through the threshold of the truck and greeted me with a joke of relief at seeing the snacks. But that didn't happen. Weird. She just left? Did she step out? No. Then why did she leave the door unlocked? The door to her bedroom was cracked open and I could hear... And inside I could hear... Is it crying? The sound I heard was something I didn't expect, though. I heard the unmistakable sound of sobbing. I carefully peeked through the crack in the door, and just out of the corner, I could see Selena sitting against the wall, holding something in her arms, and... crying? From this angle, I couldn't see, and while I was curious, I didn't know if I should intrude on the scene. The thought of what the mysterious man said flashed in my mind. Was I making the same choices he did? Was it right to leave her in this state? What should I do? On the floor, I saw the notepad and pen, and an idea came to me. I don't know if it was a good idea or not, but it was the best I had at the moment. He's going to write something in a notebook? This was such an unusual idea, and I didn't know if it was going to work. What I ended up doing was making a note and sliding it under the door. What did it say, though? First note, I won't leave you unless you want me to. Second note, you've been a good person to me, and I want to return the favor to you. The third note, I've never been good at this sort of thing, and I don't know any phrase that can make you feel better, but I'll be here, so you don't have to be alone. And like that, I just waited, sitting with my back to the wall. I could hear her shuffling behind the door, and sniffling, though she tried to suppress it. Something she said earlier rang in my ear. Sometimes you just have to trust your instincts. She said it earlier? Just trust my instincts. So, the guy said he heard that saying a lot. Maybe he told her that saying. Huh. I scooted out and over him without thinking. I stuck my hand inside the room. Just my hand, though. At first, nothing happened. I thought that this was stupid and cringy. Maybe I'm making things worse. But to my surprise, I felt a hand gently grip my own. Even though I couldn't see her, even though she was trying to be as quiet as possible, her grip told me everything. I thought about saying something, but that would just ruin the moment. Something about this felt familiar. I remember hearing about something going down in the classroom next door, and a girl had bumped into me while running away from the scene. Was it her? Rumors spread quickly. Rumors that she was in a fight, that she'd been accused of cheating, that she'd finally snapped due to bullying, that she'd had an affair with a teacher's son. All kinds of shit. Later that day, I got strong-armed into taking over cleanup duties for a classmate. Said he had a hot date. I never had anything to do, so I should just handle the cleaning duty for today. Jackass, you're only in middle school. Your hot date is just going to Wick Ronald Quendy's for an after-school meal. Wick Ronald Quendy's? Why wouldn't they just say Wick Ronald or something? I know they're trying to make fun of like McDonald's for the one, but I don't know for the other. Still, who was I to disagree? My nature has always been a passive one. So I just did what I was told, because what was the point in raising a fuss? They weren't going to do it, and someone had to. Might as well be the foreigner who barely spoke the language and had no friends. When I was taking out the trash, I remember hearing someone crying beneath the stairwell. I remember trying to look and someone shouting back in English to not look at them. My first instinct, like always, was to remain passive, just ignore them, walk away, and go about my business. It doesn't concern me. Not this time. I tapped the side of the stairwell with my palm and reached my hand down over the railing, being very careful to not look at them like they wanted. It seemed stupid at the time. It was just something I had read in a manga. To my surprise then, just like back then, a person I couldn't see gripped my hand. A person who held back a wave of sorrow beneath the mask of a happy girl. It was her, wasn't it? I wish it was Selena. I wish I could say that we started a new friendship here. A nice friendship here. That is where we got to know each other and share in our hardships. But that's not the way the story ends. The teacher at the top of the stairs happened to pass by. Thought I was shirking my cleaning up duties. And so, my nature being what it was, I let go and left them there. Even as the teacher reprimanded me on the way back to the classroom, the only thought in my mind was the guilt of leaving her in that state. I always wondered if she felt a moment of peace, or if I had just made things worse. I always intended to talk to her about it, to apologize for not doing more. But by the next day, this girl with endless positivity was back to her normal self and just as unapproachable by someone like me as before. We lived in two separate worlds. That was just the reality of it. So I left the memory as it was. Just a memory. So that was how I knew her. She squeezed my hand. I squeezed back to let her know that I was still here. And I wasn't going anywhere this time. Chapter 4. Well, that's where I'm going to end this part for now. I'm curious to see what happens next or where their story goes from here. But anyway, goodbye for now.